2 Corinthians 2, verse 11, and it reads, lest Satan, Shaitan, should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. All praises, all power, all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone to teach one rule well, who taught me this truth. Peace. Salutations to the Akyam, fellow laborers, the hopeful elect, pushing this truth and risking their own lives through the four corners of the earth. To the Akwath listening and learning, in sincerity and in truth and in silence, shalom. It's your brother Shema from the GMS Toronto camp here in Toronto, here with another lesson. All right, we'll get right into it. All right, once again, this devil is moving. All right, as a matter of fact, let's open with that. Revelations 12. Revelation 12 and 12. And it reads, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, right? The people. Woe meaning destruction. For the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, right? And who's the devil? Devil meaning deceiver. Esau, Edom, right? Beginning with his elites. Because he knoweth that he hath but a short time, right? And these presidents, right, they're just the puppets of the elites. The elites know they have a short time, right? The elites know they have a short time. And this is from Guardian News. Nero 47 says he will permanently pause migration from third world countries after National Guard. Right, you see the word there, right? In a social media post sent late on Thanksgiving, U.S. President said he would end all federal benefits and subsidies to non-citizens following Washington, D.C. shooting, right? All roads lead to the MOTB. This devil is moving, right? I wanted to listen to the soundbite, right? But we're not ignorant of his devices. 2 Corinthians 2 and 11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, right? The physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan is the Edomites, right? And the Edomites' ruling power structure is the banking families, the elites. For we are not ignorant of his devices, right? We're not ignorant. We know ultimately it's the will of the Lord for this Edomite to push forward on his NWO. Ultimately, it's the Lord's NWO, right? To fulfill prophecy, right? But this devil is moving, right? All roads lead to the MOTB.
Near the White House, where President Trump posted on Truth Social that he will, quote, permanently pause migration from all third world countries. It's unclear specifically which countries Trump is referring to, but comes as the administration also said they will re-examine all green cards issued to individuals from countries they consider to be, quote, of concern.
Right, all about controlling the movements of the people, having databases on the people, right? And this is all going to lead to the CHIP, the Revelation 13 verse 16 on down. Because what better way to control the people than to place a digital all inside each and every one of them, right? Which is the CHIP, the grain of rice, right? But this, it's the beginning of a man shall desire to go into a city and not be able. Let's get that. Right? And this scripture is coming out a lot, right? Because we are in the time. Matter of fact, let's get that first. Habakkuk. We're in the time of prophecy speaking. Habakkuk 2 and 3, and it reads, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. The vision being the prophecies, right? The prophecies are set for an appointed time, right? It says in the Apocrypha, let's get it. I'm just flowing in the spirit. 2 Esdras 2. So okay, 2 Esdras 4. Second Esdras 4 and 37, it reads, By measure hath he measured the times, and by number hath he numbered the times, and he doth not move nor stir them, right? The Lord Yahweh Shem Yoshai, until the said measure be fulfilled, right? So each prophecy has its appointed time when it will fulfill. Back in Habakkuk 2 and 3, right? And the Lord Yahweh Shem Yoshai is in control of when the prophecies are going to pop. Habakkuk 2 and 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. The prophecies, right, has an appointed time. But at the end it shall speak, right? And we're in the time where prophecies are speaking, man. The time of Jacob's trouble. We're on the doorsteps of Jacob's trouble, right? Where all hell is going to break loose, right? We see the politicians who are the puppets of the elites grandstanding and making alliances as far as how they're going to move forward, right, to bring in the grain of rice. We see wars and rumors of war. Ultimately, World War III will take place, right? But World War III doesn't take place until the MOTB, the Revelation 13 verse 16 on down, is mandated worldwide. It says here, but at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry, right? And we know we are in the times of prophecies speaking, right? And scriptures say they will happen, even though it may seem like they're taking a long time. 2 Esdras 15. Points in 17. I'll read from 16. 2 Esdras 15 and 16. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. Right? Sedition means rebellion. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, right? And these people are going to rebel against the establishment. And they're not going to listen to the kings or princes who are what? Governors, presidents, right? Mayors, police chiefs. And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. They're going to do what they want. Here's the point. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, right? Checkpoints, 15-minute cities, right? Martial law, right? Revoking, putting a pause on acceptance of immigrants from third world countries in America the Great, Babylon the Great. We are in the time of prophecy.
When asked for details, USCIS pointed CNN to a presidential proclamation from June, listing 19 countries including Afghanistan, Iran, and several African nations. The renewed crackdown on immigration comes 2 days after a shooting near the White House, where a man identified as an Afghan national was accused of shooting 2 National Guard members, killing one and critically injuring another.
Sarah Beckstrom of West Virginia, one of the guardsmen that we're talking about, highly respected, young, magnificent person, started service in June of 2023, outstanding in every way. She's just passed away.
Trump also posted that he would end all federal benefits and subsidies to, quote, non-citizens and denaturalize migrants who undermine domestic tranquility and deport any foreign national who is a public charge, security risk, or non-compatible with Western civilization. CNN.
All right, and that's a broad brush. They will deem you non-compatible with Western civilization, right? And then ship you out, throw you in an internment camp, right? And then ship you out. Listen, it could get so draconian that they could extend that. I could see in the spirit. I could see Nero 47 saying, "Listen, first and second generations gone." Right? That means you could be born here, but your parent is an immigrant. They're shipping out your parent, your mother, father, whatever it may be, and the next generation as well. That's how draconian this can get. because they're using a broad brush.
And has reached out to the State Department and the White House for clarity. President Trump posted on Truth Social that he will, quote, permanently pause migration.
Salakia, that was the beginning there.
Breaking news. Wow.
24 hours.
Wanted to see this right here.
Not with us. Incredible.
Manula Lakanwal also
I mean, he went nuts. And that happens too.
withdrawal from Afghanistan. The attack has prompted a further hardline stance on immigration from the president.
He went cuckoo. I mean, he went nuts. And that happens too. It happens too often with these people. You see them. But look, this is how they come in. This is how they're standing on top of each other. And that's an airplane. There was no vetting or anything. They came in unvetted. And we have a lot of others in this country. We're going to get them out.
This photo, referenced several times by the president, refers to scenes in 2021 when Afghans fearing Taliban rule crammed onto coalition military planes to flee after 20 years of war.
The key words there, Trump used, Nero 47, there's no vetting, right? They're just piled up on top of each other, coming in freely. There's no vetting, right? Right, so these elites will use what is it? Problem, reaction, solution, right? They created a problem, right? They react, and then a solution, right? They're gonna say there's no vetting. How do we vet these people? The CHIP, right? The Revelation 13 verse 69 down. Right, and all nations are going to be on board. Let's close. The whole world going to be on board. Revelation. Revelation 3 and 10, it reads, because thou hast kept the word of my patience. Right, and the elect are going to keep the law, statute, and commandments to the best of their ability. The elect are going to be suffering for this truth, in this truth, and for this truth. That's the elect. I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. The Lord is going to keep his elect from the hour of temptation. The hour of temptation is the CHIP. The Revelation 13 verse 16 on down, the grain of rice. Here's the point, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth, right? So the whole world going to be faced with the CHIP. Right, all roads lead to the MOTB. So with that, call Allah Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Bahashem Rakah Quadash, double honors to the apostles, the elders of great millstone, and teach you and rule well. Shalom to the elect.